Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen in the state of Maryland. I know as usual every day you see the COVID-19 key metric numbers and the vaccination key metrics, but I'm doing the coronavirus news on YouTube Recording News. We are not tracking the coronavirus key metric numbers because their website is offline on the Maryland Department of Health and unable to update the latest COVID numbers as well as the vaccination numbers. So I'm doing the news updates of the coronavirus. As far as the numbers are concerned, I need to do the news because of the offline protocols of the coronavirus. Now guys, the reason the Maryland Department of Health is offline and the COVID-19 numbers are unable to update the latest is because of the cyber attack. MDH is experienced a severe outage. Data will be updated as soon as possible. That's what it says on their website. The meaning of the cyber attack is an attempt by hackers to damage or destroy a computer network or system. The cyber attack has hit the Maryland Department of Health, so the website is still offline and the COVID-19 numbers of the key metric data and the vaccination numbers of the key metric data remains exactly the same once again. And there is another function of the website including the medicated information and nursing home information that are offline. The COVID-19 key metric numbers and the vaccination data with the numbers are definitely still not updating the numbers because of the cyber attack. We know it's very concerned that the numbers across Maryland are in an all-time high, but it remains exactly the same. It remains flat at the moment. We're mostly going to be talking about other coronavirus news right here on the YouTube Recording News besides the COVID numbers are flat, which is the mask guidance. So the Maryland State Board of Education is meeting to debate when local districts can lift that school mask mandate. Maryland public school students will keep masks on in schools for now. As you may notice, the hospitalizations did move up by 4-figure numbers. It's definitely moving in the wrong direction once again. That number we have seen since the beginning of the pandemic, since November of 2020, since April of 2021, and even as of right here, right now, it's at 1,027. The other key COVID-19 metrics still remains exactly the same with 592,679 confirmed cases, 11,022 confirmed deaths, and 5.43% testing percentage positive. And don't forget, the vaccination key metric numbers still remains the same also. Hundreds of the child care centers closed their doors for good as the result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The business went from having 63 kids enrolled and a waiting period during the first week of the pandemic to having 14 kids. They'll be operating at a deficit once the federal funding runs out in a few months' time. They have lost teachers as well. As you may know, the hospitalizations are spiking in our state. Nearly 1,000 people in Maryland are hospitalized with the virus. The number we have not seen since the beginning of spring back in May. It's doubled in the past 3 weeks. The Delta variant is to be blamed for the surge, but the Omicron variant is showing troubling signs. Governor Hogan spoke about both of the variants and what it is to expect it to happen with them in the days ahead. The governor also says he will make sure local hospitals have the resources they need to respond to this surge. The COVID-19 key metrics remains the same once again. We will tell you the latest booster shot dose numbers right now, even though we cannot show you the COVID-19 chart and status. But just listen, they are 1,236,872 Marylanders who have got their booster shot dose with Pfizer and Moderna, showing 9,773,999 were being administered. Now, just listen up, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to look at the key COVID-19 data and the vaccination data to keep track of the numbers anyway, and for those of you who are new at this, or guys, you may have seen them before, you can look at it over and over to keep track. The only one thing you need is that if you live in a state which is Maryland, and that's it. Anywhere including if you're in Cecil, Hartford, Baltimore, Kent, Anne Arundel, Frederick, Montgomery, Howard, Prince George, or anywhere in the counties of Maryland and cities of Maryland, it doesn't even matter again. And we know that the numbers are holding steady and remains exactly the same, and understand that you don't really like the numbers at the all-time high. And for those of you guys in Maryland, you will get an opportunity to get that Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine to kill that nuclear virus. Just wait impatiently. I hope you guys do well wait impatiently. To look at the COVID-19 data and the vaccination data, just please go to their Maryland's link at coronavirus.maryland.gov to click it. It's on the description below. You'd be glad you did.